2025 was a hell of a year. It was a year of rebuilding that I never saw coming. You see, I was doing better than ever in 2024, made more money than I ever had in my life. I was my third year out of corporate at that point. I was flourishing. I thought the good times would keep rolling. And then a series of events and AI and all this stuff happens in 2025, and it upended everything. And it was painful. And I recounted a lot of that in my episode where I looked back at 2025. Check it out. There's a lot of good learnings there. But today I want to focus on all the clarity I gained, what I now know to be true, and talk to you about 2026 and what this year will be. Because I like thinking in that language. This is what it is. This is what will be. It's no hoping, it is. Now, I see so many forces converging about the work I've been doing. As you hear me talk about all the time, corporate graduation, it's the category that I know is so important to the world right now. I have this weird, compelling drive to rescue corporate America. I can't explain it. It's just there. It's a part of me. And I see that corporate graduation as a belief, as a category, and a set of substances that can make a lot of good in this world. It's coming to life in a big way. It's going to go huge. It's going to become a full-scale category and a platform that many hundreds of thousands of people are aware of and are locking their gazes onto because it means so much to them. Now, let me talk a little bit about what 2025 proved to me so I can show you what 2026 will be and why. So one thing I noticed is this word founder kept coming up for me. I didn't necessarily see it before. I'd used it, I guess, in years past. But when I think about the people I'm meant to serve, I think about my past self. That person wanted to be a founder. I didn't necessarily give myself permission for that, but I wanted to be. Founder is someone who can create a new future out of nothing, someone who knows that a group of people need a new shot, a new chance, and it's your job to articulate what that future is, paint a picture of it, to frame, name, and claim it, as I learned in the discipline of category design. Becoming a founder is something I truly owned, that I am a founder, and now the people I'm meant to help want to become founders. So the transformation of corporate graduation is pretty simple. It's to go from corporate to founder in 1 year and do everything it takes to make that a reality. And it's more than just solving for money. It's more than just building a unique business. It's transforming everything on the inside, from the identity and the belief system to taking control of a corporate job and getting space back in your life. And then, doing the work of building your own category, your own business that's highly unique and valuable in this world. There's a lot of work in the outside world and social media. They just gloss over that substance, that foundational work that must be done. If only it were so easy that you could just go build a business and make some money and everything is fine and dandy in your life. That couldn't be farther from the truth. There is so much nonsense and stuff and head trash we need to rip out. Remember, decades of programming got you here to the state where corporate life and everything that comes with it no longer serves you. So now we need to rip that out, reprogram, build new foundations, and then build a business. If you don't, guess what? Those foundations, if you skip them, are the very reason why so many businesses fail. So the world doesn't need more tactics, more how to build a business, how to frame up your ideal customer profile, how to craft an offer. There's endless stuff out there. There's custom GPTs out the wazoo. AI will help you do that in a heartbeat. But until you get into the frame, until you understand what category design is, until you understand what it will really take to decouple yourself, your identity, your self-worth, and everything from corporate life, you're not going to effectively graduate corporate life. It will still hold you there like a gravitational pull. So we need to get through that. So as I found the idea of founder as being the target that my clients are truly after, I owned that. I shine a light on that with them. I also found that we have to be very clear not to use labels that don't serve us. And most labels don't serve us. So if you pick something like I'm a VP, I'm a director, I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, I'm an advisor, guess what? Hundreds of thousands of people use those same labels. And by default, your mentality, your psychology, and the way others perceive you means you're just one of many. If you use a label, if you use a title like a lot of other people, you're going to be perceived like a lot of other people. And we can't have that. A founder breaks from the pack. creates a category of one. A founder creates something out of nothing. That's the essence of the word founder. They founded it. It didn't exist and now it does. That's why I really suggest that you try on that term founder. Use that, live that, embody that. If that doesn't work, secondary one would be try on transformational leader. But I think founder is concise to the point, and it really serves the people I'm meant to help, which are directors, VPs, and executives in corporate life that are meant for more. And they're just sitting on this last point of career capital. They've been building it for decades, all this reputation, knowledge, talent, perception, intuition, second, third order consequence thinking. They know what will happen downstream. All of that is accumulated powerful knowledge and instinct. If we don't capitalize on that, guess what? It decays, it dies, it goes away. That's a damn shame. We can't have that, okay? So as you think about all of this, key themes are in corporate graduation, the people I'm talking to, they've risen to high ranks, right? They have career capital. They need to put themselves in conditions to leverage it. They need to do the foundational work of freeing up space in their life, building their self, and then they can get to the part where they build a business system that works for them. The end state of what they're working for in corporate graduation is to go from corporate to founder in 1 year. That is the transformation. That is the need. And it is my absolute obsession in 2026 to make that a reality. Where I'm going is about scaling the category, making it known, shining an obsessive light on the term corporate graduation everywhere I go. More than that, I want to really nurture the platform and expand the impact. Historically, the last few years since leaving management consulting, I've been working with individuals, B2C, business to consumer, and really helping people at an individual level do the corporate graduation work, right? I call that my seed business, where you effectively learn how to get an outcome for a specific person, or in this case, hundreds of people. But it's pretty small scale, right? You learn what it takes, you learn what they think, what they feel, what they need, what their life circumstances are, and you design a solution to get them an outcome. And this is one of the arguably harder outcomes I think anyone could get in life, is to graduate corporate life, to go from one life to another one, to one that you are fully creating on your own, including making money, being there for family, so much involved in it. It's really hard. And the ambition is to go next level in the B2C game to helping individuals. We've got some pretty kick-ass things we've done in making the product and service really strong. We've built some amazing IP, which we're only going to deepen. We found ways to create some really cleaner, faster delivery to help accelerate outcomes so that people can move beyond corporate life or make it optional, as we often say, as fast as possible. So a lot of cool things there. But I can't turn off this other side of me that has this big ambition, this drive to, as I call it, save corporate America. And I don't know why that exists, but it's there. And when I close my eyes, I see myself speaking on stages, writing books, being on some of the biggest shows out there, because I'm being called to make this huge impact. And I know it's my job to put myself in new conditions, new stages, new environments, partners, pathways, so that a much bigger scale impact can happen. And as a founder, it's my job just to make sure that happens. It's not to directly help people per se, but it's to make sure that I'm doing the work so that this category, this outcome can work for a lot of people. So I'm being pulled to help people actually in a B2B sense now. And I've got a couple partners here where we're looking at particularly tech and consulting environments who are going through radical shifts, especially from AI over the last year. And we're looking to help them in a new way. One of the ways we're thinking about is a use case of, with all the layoffs that are taking place right now, someone exits, say you're a senior director or VP, and you're exited for whatever reason, and you get a severance package. What if instead you got something better? Severance package is, okay, here's some money. Here's a career coach, a job board, and an alumni group. Good luck. It's basically tools to go back into the same system that's kicking them out. That's not a path for building in a future. So instead of a severance package, what if these organizations, like big consulting and tech firms, provided graduation packages, which was the entire tool set and the resources necessary to go and become a founder? Should someone want that? How can they take advantage of their career capital and bring it out into a business of their own? They're getting runway from a severance package. Why not give them the tool set to thrive and build a business that the world desperately needs? To give them a structured exit, to give them a founder transition plan. So a graduation package is, how do you not just exit gracefully and like, good luck, but ultimately, how do you level up from here? What a win-win it is for the company who's helping people go to the next level and become entrepreneurs and really found businesses that the world desperately needs. But no one knows how to do this. So luckily we do. This is what we've been learning for years and testing on myself and all my clients. And we've got a very precise system. So I'm really excited to take it from B2C, helping individuals, and then scale this thing to B2B. And we know that we're going to run into constraints and limitations, and we're going to need things like some pretty sophisticated software eventually. We'll get there. We're going to start with some smaller versions, make sure that the people that go through this, they're not just guided from like an AI, but ultimately they get the human support they need, because this is a very scary and difficult transformation to go from corporate to founder. We want to give them the right mixture of support that's useful. So when I think about all of this, there's a lot that's necessary. I think the last point I'll make is my job as founder, I think, are two things. Number one, it's to create and to communicate. I learned that from one of my coaches. He talks about this obsessively, which is a founder needs to create a new vision. So their greatest energy and time needs to be spent on that, to create the ideas, the thinking, the language, and then to communicate it to the people that need to hear it through the channels that it can reach them through. So my job is to set up my days, my weeks, and I even created a new rhythm for how most of my week is actually by myself now or with peers or coaches. And my job is to really get clear on what corporate graduation is, how it continues to evolve, what are the seedling ideas I drop out into the universe, and to really go next level with the content. Because the content is what spurs the movement. It's what attracts people, that gets them really excited. So I'm really devoting to a couple new channels this year, and it's long form channels where we can really develop nuance on what corporate graduation is, what are the use cases, how people do it. So I have recently gotten on to Substack, which I'm loving as a more intellectual long form platform, great writing, some of the best writers in the world, even who work at major publications or they publish books through traditional publishers. They have Substack newsletters and they produce essays. So I'm really loving the environment so far. And I think it can be a good basis for discovery where more people, especially the ones I'm helping serve, will find this more easily and it'll grow, attract more attention. And we can also consolidate some things around other types of media in Substack, unlike other places. Beyond that, I've been holding off for this for a little bit, but it's time is to go full scale into YouTube. So I just went through an upgrade in my studio with mic, video, software, and I have some fancy ways of doing editing. I've got an editor that's helping me as well. So it's pretty exciting, YouTube being a place where someone can really immerse with you 12, 15, 20 minutes on an idea, and you can talk about some nuance, just like we are right now, and get into the weeds. Maybe share some ideas, sketch some topics, really break it down at levels, show and tell. These are the sorts of things that I know are critical for building trust, for building a movement. So I'm excited to go down those two paths. I love the written word. My father gifted that love to me, and I've been running with it for years. I'm going to go next level on Substack. And then secondly, direct a lot of those ideas into this channel. As I've been running this podcast and running workshops and been guesting on other podcasts, I've just naturally developed a comfort on audio and video. And I feel like I'm at my best when I can just speak off the cuff like this. So YouTube feels like a natural extension. It's good for people to discover you. You got to learn to tune it so that you put the right things out there that are answering questions people have. And then of course you can help direct them to the next steps where you might be able to help them, whether they're sitting in an organization or whether they're sitting in their home. Whoever that is, corporate graduation is a pretty damn important topic that I know the world needs right now. And I feel like I'm the absolute authority on this topic right now. I know I coined the language, I trademarked it and all that stuff. So, of course, I say that, but I've been spending years relentlessly deep diving into what these people are facing and what they need, their emotions, their thoughts, their family circumstances, their life conditions, their aspirations. And I feel like I've got a very tight lock on what the needs are. And we've developed this really compelling system, a framework and levels of content that are extremely valuable and detailed. We're seeing some amazing results, and I just can't wait to take it to a fuller scale and to just roll it out to the world this year. It's time for me to own that, to stop getting ready to be ready, but to truly claim it and go make the difference that I know I'm meant to. So different channels, new energy, rock solid clarity. I'm always dialing in with my coaches and mentors every week, and they're always helping get me to a good place. So I feel like I've got great support in my life. But this is really exciting. And last year and its messiness and its chaos needed to happen. I know this is going to play out very well. And I'm excited about the life it's creating for my family. As my oldest, she's about to go to college. As Cecilia comes more into the business, we've got a small team that works with us. I feel grateful that I can be a leader in this sense. Unlike the corporate sense, this is being a leader in a new way in my home and in a business sense as a founder. And I'm just going to keep going next level in everything that it takes, following my intuition. Grateful for you being a part of this. If you've been around for a few years, it's your first time. Buckle up. 2026 is going to be a wild ride, and I can't wait to report on everything that's transpired in this amazing year. I know it is all coming to fruition. I feel that. I choose that. I live that. I don't hope it. I know it. And I want that same to be true for you. I'll see you out there. Thanks for listening to Uncage Yourself. Check out MatthewDoan.com to subscribe to the podcast and view our services and helpful resources. If you enjoy the show, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening, or just tell a friend. Talk soon.